Telltale making a Batman game. How many of you thought that it was going to be this? Hey guys, David here with a very quick review of Telltale's next venture that is a rather ambitious one, because I think, in my opinion, this is the biggest property that they're going to tackle. Bigger than Walking Dead, bigger than Game of Thrones. It is none other than the Caped Crusader himself, who has started a legitimate religion, Batman. With Batman, the Telltale series, and episode 1 has now been released cleverly on the week of Suicide Squad coming out in theaters, so of course I am bound to talk about it. Episode 1 is called Realm of Shadows, which is basically one of the bigger themes that everybody's favorite butler, Alfred Pennyworth, keeps telling Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, to come out of when it comes to him dealing with his personal relationships, with some of his friends, and of course his humongous influence being one of the members of the Wayne family, as well as his responsibility to the city of Gotham. And what I loved about episode 1 is that it laid the groundwork for some bigger things to come from Telltale when they tackle this beloved property, while also trying to give a basic beginning, middle, and end to this first episode. Now, I will have to admit, however, that it started off kind of tripe, because I felt like the opening sequence of this game started off very routine when it comes to Batman and what Batman's all about. The opening cuts between Batman taking down some goons at City Hall that are trying to break into the safe, to then Bruce trying to heal his wounds while being talked to by Alfred, and both of these things kind of play out similarly to how they have been played out in various interpretations of the character, whether it be in the comics or in the movies or even video games. Alfred's giving his same shtick that he's done every single time that Bruce comes home wounded. You can't keep doing this, sir. You must be careful. You must take responsibility to make sure that nobody knows who you are. And while he's doing his thing as Batman, he's doing the same thing that he's always done as Batman, taking down bad guys. He tackles Selina, he tries to take her in, but of course she gets away. And just in the nick of time, Lieutenant Gordon shows up to apprehend the bad guys that Batman left in his wake. But once we get through that, Telltale then breaks away from the norm and then starts to generate this original story with some interesting things that I've never seen in a Batman story before. And one of those interesting things that may or may not upset some people, but actually pleased me an awful lot, I was surprised by how much I enjoyed this, was the fact that episode 1 solely focuses on Bruce Wayne. Like 75 to 80% of this first episode tailors around the choices and the conversations that you make as Bruce Wayne, where he's interacting with people from his past to people within Gotham City that have a humongous influence of how that city works, from his friend Harvey Dent, who's running for mayor, to the reporter Vicky Vale, who's going to try to uncover the truth about everything that's going down in the underbelly of the city. I also love how they emphasize the facade of Bruce Wayne the philanthropist. Being that Telltale's known for a choose your own adventure type of genre where you have to make your decisions and you have to choose your conversation choices to make sure that you tailor the game to how you want it to, it was very important to emphasize that aspect of Bruce Wayne, so that whenever you talk to somebody or whenever you were pointed out to make a choice, those choices matter. There were so many times where I would regret my own little choices, because here they really break it down how important it is for Bruce Wayne to keep up appearances, down to the littlest thing, even a handshake. And because of this newfound look on Bruce Wayne, I was then able to appreciate the little things that Telltale decided to make a little bit more fresh and new that I still don't recall ever seeing in previous Batman media. Maybe a little bit of the comics. Here in video game form, I haven't seen this in a while. Let's take Rocksteady's line of video games with the Arkham franchise. It was mostly centered around Batman, going around doing his Batman thing, which is cool. But Telltale takes this new approach of looking at Bruce Wayne and his interactions with people. And so you look at things that you never really bothered to really think about when it comes to Batman, and so you actually see these things flourish even within episode 1. From Bruce and Harvey not just being associates trying to take down crime, but actually being legitimate friends, having little jokes with one another, to Bruce and Selina meeting each other for the very first time without having established that flirtationship that they developed later on as Batman and Catwoman. That being said, I am saddened to report that Batman kind of takes a little bit of a back seat, because most of the episode centers around Bruce Wayne, so obviously you're not going to be doing a whole lot as Batman. And when you do, it's catered to that Telltale type of action where you just have to press the button prompts up on the screen to make Batman do like a karate chop or something like that. It's not going to be the type of gameplay that you expect from the Arkham games, so you are going to feel a little bit restricted. However, there's one segment where Telltale really excelled at, because if you played a Telltale game, you know that there's those moments where you have to make choices and conversations, but there's also moments in those other games where you can explore the area around you and interact with certain things and talk to other people that could be optional but can definitely help you flesh out the story more. Telltale takes advantage of that by having you do some legitimate detective work later on in the game as Batman, putting together clues, recreating a crime scene. It was definitely one of the bigger highlights as Batman. And Telltale has always been known for bringing this rather unique, cartoon yet really artistic style, and they do the similar thing here with Batman, where it kind of has that cel-shaded look, but at the same time you got designs that are reminiscent from the comics with a few tweaks to them. I never imagined Harvey Dent to look like a bodybuilder, like Bane himself. Who knows, maybe he'll end up being Bane. I'm joking. And then there was this other character who seemed like he was going to be a brand new character that Telltale was creating solely for this game, only for me to discover that when his name was revealed, I was like, that's him? 2016. Sure, let's make everybody sexy. But across the board, everybody in the voice cast, from Troy Baker as Bruce Wayne / Batman to Travis Willingham doing Harvey Dent, and you got, of course, Laura Bailey as Selena Kyle. You got the trifecta of voice actors right there, amongst other people like Richard McGonagle as Carmine Falcone, who plays a very important role in this first episode that I'm hoping he comes back to some capacity in the remaining episodes, especially after the humongous bombshell within the story that's dropped at the end that has me begging for episode 2 right here and right now. And if you don't know who Richard McGonagle is, just wait until he says the word goddamn. Goddamn. Nobody can say goddamn like he can. So I'm not gonna lie, the beginning of this first episode had me just a little skeptical because it just felt like it was very routine and by the numbers for Batman. I mean, to a certain extent, we even see a slight recreation of the Wayne murders, and we've seen that being beaten to death by the actual dead horse. But when Telltale breaks away from that, which is vastly the majority of this first episode, that's when they truly shine, emphasizing an aspect about the Batman mythology that I never really bothered to think about that much, and that is Bruce Wayne himself. I mean, we've seen the tortured soul, but what does Bruce Wayne do on his off time, and what kind of repercussions can Batman have to endure from what he does as Bruce Wayne during the day? And that's what Telltale is going to be exploring with these 5 episodes, and I feel like episode 1 is the right start to kick things off. So for that, I give Realm of Shadows a very high and enthusiastic 8 out of 10. Has me looking forward to more, especially how they're going to be expanding upon the legacy of the Waynes following that bombshell at the end of episode 1. So if you guys have played episode 1 of Telltale's new venture into the Caped Crusader himself, please let me know in the comments below. Please make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so, post in your comments your opinions, as well as share this video with all your friends. I surely hope I didn't scare you guys with that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.